Rape me, my friend. Rape me. Rape me again. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
I found this video on by this guy, Professor Dave. Professor Dave explains. He explains how to destroy flat Earth, theory without using science, which I'm pretty excited about. Let's get into that now. Uh-oh.
Buying a house is the most important thing.
What the F?
I'm always worried about.
This dude is monetized. Let's skip that.
Object. Go get two of your little buddies and have them stand on.
Let's start it over.
Challenges I offered to flat earthers a couple of months ago, and it's been very amusing watching them run around like chickens with their heads cut off, making pathetic response videos where they puff up their chests and bark at each other for hours without actually responding to any of the challenges. Memorizing the names of logical fallacies and shouting them at random sure seems like a lot of fun, but it's not a working map or a model that shows the seasons with night and day or a legitimate response to anything whatsoever. So at this point, I think it's safe to say that they've thrown in the towel. Of course, there is no need to follow up after such an annihilation, and I did not intend to, but now I find myself quarantined because of the coronavirus, with no access to YouTube Studios and no way to make my regular content. So,
Well, can't you do that at home in a quarantine state? So that sounds like bullshit. He's already lying to you, people. This dipshit, Professor Dave, is already lying, saying he doesn't have access to YouTube Studios. If he's in his house and he's got internet, he's got access. Fucking liar.
you lucky little flurf balls. I'm back for more. Here's what's going to happen now.
That's a flat earth derogatory term.
Since my 10 challenges made your heads explode, and none of you have the mental capacity to make a map or a model, even at a middle school level, I figured I would dumb it down for you even more. It's very easy to think of things that single-handedly obliterate the flat earth delusion, like, say, the existence of gravity. But you're so thoroughly science illiterate that you just shout, gravity doesn't exist, and pretend that this is not a stupid thing to say.
Well, to be fair, you know, it's a stupid thing to say it does exist.
So instead, let's try some proofs that have nothing to do with science at all. There is no challenge. Okay. There is no prerequisite information. You just have to listen, acknowledge that the logic is airtight, and then cry yourself to sleep. Okay. Are you ready? Here comes one now.
I'm ready.
What is this object? It's the moon. We've all seen the moon.
Wow.
We've seen it many times. Look at all of these pictures of the moon. What do they have in common? They all show precisely the same features. We all see the same face of the moon. It doesn't change from night to night, and it doesn't change throughout the night. There is no denying this. You can't shout CGI. You can't cry conspiracy. It's the moon. We can all see it with our own eyeballs. It's there, and it always looks like this. Now let's place the moon above a flat disk and let it float around in the little magic circles.
Flat Earth map.
Imagine. If the Earth was flat, would we all see the same face of the moon? Here's someone standing in one spot looking at the moon. They see this. Here is someone standing in another spot looking at the same moon. They see this too. And this person. And this person. You get the idea. So is this possible? No.
Okay, so if the face of the moon never changes, which it doesn't seem like it does, what difference would it make if the Earth was flat or round? Wherever you happen to be standing, the face of the moon is still going to be the same. The flat Earth has the moon and the sun going around like this, and so the moon's over here, you know, and the sun's over here, then it's night over here, and so these guys are looking at the same moon. And so the sun comes around and it's day over here and it's night over here. Then if you're over here, you're looking at the same moon phase. So the moon, and this is another thing that that actually debunks his theory, because the moon, we're told, is spinning around and around and around and around. It's spinning and it's going around the Earth. So if it's spinning, then why don't we ever see anything besides the same moon face there? Dave, could you explain that?
Because that's not how objects work. People on the opposite sides of an object can't see the same face of the object. Go get two of your little buddies and have them stand on opposite sides of you. Can they both see the front of your face at once? No. A spherical moon over a flat Earth is not consistent with reality at all. So, is it two-dimensional
Or
with the
around
same
Earth.
face on both sides? Then anyone but these two people would see a different shape. So no. Is it pointing down like a spotlight? Then it would change shape as it passes by and only appear circular when directly overhead.
Is that right?
So no. Is there any way we can make this work on a flat Earth?
Can you make it work on a round Earth? Creep is the question. And why is it the same face if it's spinning? So it's not spinning. So you've acknowledged that this doesn't spin, even though we're told it spins. It's the same face all the time. So, the different. Why would it be different in around it? Wow, look at that. Why would it be different on a round Earth? Or your argument here, bro, is pretty fucking weak, Professor Dave. I'm not going to subscribe to you, but it is amazing to me that you have 1.46 million subscribers. This is literally honestly, how is that possible? How does this video have 1.2 million views? Wow.
No, there is not. So how, pray tell, do all people see the same face of the moon? Because Earth is a sphere and the moon goes around the Earth. It is tidally locked with the Earth, with one face always pointing towards the Earth.
But I thought they were both
spinning. That's why everyone sees the same face of the moon, and that's the only way that everyone can see the same face of the moon. And guess what? The direction the moon is pointing even correlates with the observer's latitude. Isn't that something? Whether at the North Pole, South Pole, or anywhere in between, the orientation of the face of the moon that we all see will reveal your latitude on the spherical Earth.
Because
Pretty
the
neat,
face is always
Maybe
the
one day
same.
you'll save up enough
Dipshit.
allowance that you can leave your mom's basement and see the moon from another part of the world.
Well, that'd be nice.
So, my precious little learners, do you now see how pathetically fragile the flat Earth delusion is?
No.
Of all the hundreds of individual isolated phenomena that rip it to shreds like it was made of paper mache, some of them don't even require an ounce of scientific knowledge. They just require that you can...
None of them require scientific knowledge because your science is all BS. Look at this. Even YouTube's, I'll give it to YouTube. At least they put this little, fact checker thing up on dipshits trying to destroy the flat Earth, as well as the ones that claim that the Earth is flat. The flat Earth model is an archaic conception of Earth's shape. So is the round Earth. 2,500 years ago, they came up with this dipshit theory. So, that's archaic too, bro. 2,500 years ago isn't recent. And you are just a scumbaggy little dipshit, man. What's your name? Professor Dave? You're just unlikable. You know that? Seriously. No, you didn't destroy my family. I mean, I'm not crying myself to sleep over your you destroying my fucking belief. I mean, honestly, bro, you didn't destroy it. You made the argument even stronger that it is flat because nothing you said even made sense. Look at this guy. Look at these comments. The only positive thing about flat earthers is the fact that I've learned so much more about the Earth when their stupid theories get debunked. Wow. That's hurtful, by the way, Bogeski. 10 full here. I love how flat earthers, by the way, flat earthers, the slang name is flurfers. I can't even say it. So stupid. I love how flat earthers think a floating ball in space. Crazy, but a flat disc surrounded by ice guarded by the evil government sounds completely reasonable. You know, I love, I love how y'all just believe everything you're fucking told in school, like Santa Claus is real. The arguments fall flat every time. Yeah, okay. And here's another thing: is I don't think any flat earther believes it's a disc. You know, as far as I can tell, yeah, believe it's as far as like the UN map and all. That shape and Antarctica is the ice wall that surrounds it. But beyond the ice wall, nobody really knows. Well, I mean, somebody might know, but we don't know. You don't know. You don't fucking know shit. And you definitely don't know what's around because you've never been to space and neither has anybody else. It's all fucking CGI, man. I mean, I can't believe that you guys are so smart, because you just, believe everything you were taught. But you can't conceptualize the possibility that you were lied to. That's the part that's hilarious to me, Mr. fucking Professor Dave.
Think with your brain for 5 full seconds.
Okay.
For today's conclusive proof, we didn't have to talk about physics or astronomy or space travel. We didn't have to do any math. There were no equations for you to misunderstand or numbers for you to lie about. We just did a little bit of critical thinking.
You didn't do any critical thinking there, Dave. Critical thinking would be to question what you've been taught in school your whole life, you fucking little weirdo. What is your ethnicity anyway, Dave? Is it Jewish? I don't know. It's just a guess. Nothing against Jews, but if I had to guess.
So now you can see how people figured out that the Earth is round
No.
thousands of years ago, before science even existed, because they weren't stupid.
Science as a concept has always existed. Okay? So, I mean, where do you come up with this shit, Dave? Do you just make it up? Do you just pull it out your ass? Dipshit.
They had access to basic logic and were able to comprehend simple proofs like this one, of which there are dozens. Just like you, they didn't know anything about gravity or forces or cosmology. And just like you, they had no idea what the moon is, or what the sun is, or what the stars are.
And just like you had no fucking idea. No, they didn't.
They didn't have to know what these objects are.
They still don't. Nobody does. You don't.
Basic capacity for spatial reasoning. So before you go and spew some emoji-laden nonsense in the comments section, take a moment to reflect and admit to yourself that what we went over here today is irrefutable.
No.
There is no way around it. Your usual whinings of conspiracy and CGI have no place here. There is no science for you to blatantly deny.
Yes.
It's just basic logic that even a toddler
can
understand.
There is no logic, and if you were a toddler,
there truly is no.
You would understand.
So take a deep breath. Let the facts in and push the delusion out.
Wow. This guy is so far gone. Look at that soy face. I think it's safe to say he's a soy boy. I mean, look at this shit over here. Some gay-ass fucking rug on his little piano. I'm guessing what are you, an aspiring DJ and fucking, was that Super Mario over here? And dare I say Luigi? And I don't know, if I had to get, this room has no pictures. If I had to guess, Super Dave, I would say this looks like a lot like possibly your parents' basement, or maybe just a room in your parents' house. There's no way that you. I'm shocked at the fucking views this has. And literally, who did you have to jerk off to fucking get these views? Like, you had to pay for these or pay somebody off of YouTube, or you had to do something. I mean, you got all kind of comment. You got people actually listening to your nonsense, you fucking soy boy. And, it's really, you're just regurgitating stuff you were taught in fucking high school. And, that the Earth is round. We know. We've been to outer space, but we haven't, bro. We haven't, but you just believe everything you're told because you're a fucking soy boy. So, well, that is me commenting on Professor Dave explaining how to destroy flat Earth without using science, which you know, I don't know, he didn't make any good points, honestly. I mean, none of them were fucking legitimate. You know, the whole face of the moon argument is stupid because it never changes. So that debunks the fucking one of your fucking round earth theories right there, because supposedly the moon is spinning around the earth at a fucking million miles an hour, and the earth's spinning around the sun, but it never fucking spins. So, therefore, you are a cunt.